Hey crafty friends, welcome back to the ScrapbookPal YouTube channel. I'm Dawn Polly from D Polly Designs, and I'm so happy you're here with me today. Today I'm working with the Bloomsmith Floral Die Set from Pinkfresh Studio. This die set is unique because it's all one piece, so it cuts everything out at one time, which I'll show you once we get started. You can also purchase the matching stencils, which makes coloring super easy. The sentiments I'll be using are from the Room for Joy stamp set. You get lots of beautiful sentiments in this set, like My Heart is With You and You Always Find a Way to Amaze Me, which I'll be using today. There are coordinating dies available, and you could also purchase press plates if you like foiling or using the Better Press system. The sentiments are exactly the same as the stamp set. I'll just be using the regular stamp and die today, but I wanted you to know those other options are available. So let's get started. To begin, I'm going to die cut the flowers twice from white cardstock because I want to add dimension. I'm getting that done first and then I'm going to set it aside. Now, I do want to mention, if you don't have the stencils, you can absolutely die cut your flowers first and then ink blend them individually without the stencils. That is always an option. If you are using the stencils, let me show you how. Each stencil is labeled 1 through 4. I'm starting with stencil number 1. I'm using my Alt New sticky mat with a piece of white cardstock and then placing the stencil on top, and then I'm going to tape it down so that it doesn't move around. I'm using my Pinkfresh Studio inks and their 1-inch blending brushes. I picked up several of these from ScrapbookPal, and this is actually my first time using them, and I have to say they do blend pretty beautifully. I really like them. For this first layer, I'm using Sheer Freesia. Since this is the lightest layer, I'm keeping the color soft, and when you lift up the stencil, look at how beautiful that first layer is. Next, I'll line up stencil number 2 by matching the little triangle tick marks. Those tick marks help you align each stencil perfectly. I'm using the same blending brush since I'm staying in the same color family. This time I'm using Wild Wisteria and I'm filling in each flower, and this color is just so pretty. I just love it. And when you lift it up, you can really see all the different pieces to the flowers. It doesn't look like much yet, but it will. For stencil number 3, I again line up the tick marks, and this time I'm using the color Hydrangea for the flower centers. This is a deeper shade and it adds a gorgeous contrast and dimension. Just look at that. The final stencil colors the leaves. I'm using a green ink from another brand because I couldn't find my Pinkfresh Studio one that I wanted. You can keep this layer solid like I did, or add shading with multiple greens. I chose to keep it simple, but did go slightly darker in a few areas for depth. It may look dark at first, but it does soften as it dries. And once you peel up the last stencil, you have all your beautifully colored pieces ready to go. Now I'll place the stenciled panel onto my die cutting plate and line up the die using the triangle tick marks and run it through my die cut machine. Here's the magic. All your pieces are cut and perfectly colored. Like I mentioned earlier, you can also die cut first and then ink blend individually. I personally find the stencil method faster and easier, but it really comes down to personal preference. Next, I'm stacking the extra white die cuts underneath the colored flowers to add dimension. I'm only doing this for the flowers, not the stems, because for this card, I decided not to use the stems at all. After stacking, I went back in with a little wisteria ink to add some extra shading around the flower tips. This step is optional, but I think it adds beautiful depth. I'm going slightly heavier handed since it lightens as it dries. For my background, I die cut this Pinkfresh Studio scalloped grid cover plate from white cardstock. I trimmed off about 1/3 of the panel. You can adjust that to your liking, and then I'm adhering it to the top portion of a white A2 sized card base. For the bottom section of the card, I used some pattern paper from Lawn Fawn called Spiffier Speckles. It's a 6x6 paper pack. It has gold specks in it, which pairs beautifully with a gold embossed sentiment that I'm going to use. I cut a rectangle to fit along the bottom of the card, and then I wrapped white string around the pattern paper a few times, and I secured it in place with a little bit of tape on the back. I tied a knot first, and then I added a drop of glue to secure it in place, and then I tied a bow. I trimmed the ends and I added a touch more glue so it wouldn't come undone, and then I adhered that panel to the bottom of the card, slightly overlapping the grid. Next, I'm adding all the centers to the middle of the flowers, and it's very easy to tell which centers go with which flower. Once all of my flowers are finished, I will adhere them onto the front of the card where the grid meets the pattern paper. For the middle flower, I did add some foam tape to the back of it. Now, I did want to tell you that I did not use any leaves for this card, but if you wanted to add leaves, you would just do it at this point. I gold embossed my sentiment onto white cardstock. I die cut it with the coordinating die, and I added foam tape to the back of it. To finish off the card, I added my favorite self-adhesive fashion oyster pearls. I like to use my craft knife to pick them up. It makes placement super easy. And don't forget to press them down firmly so that they stick really well. And that completes my card for today. I love how this one turned out, and you could easily switch up the colors and sentiments to create so many different looks. Thank you so much for joining me today on the Scrapbook Pal YouTube channel. I'd love for you to leave a comment below and let me know what you think of the card. Your feedback means a lot, and I always enjoy hearing from you. Don't forget to subscribe to the Scrapbook Pals YouTube channel and follow them on their other social media platforms so you never miss out on upcoming releases and all the amazing inspiration. Also, be sure to check out their website for all the new releases and tons of creative goodies. As always, thank you so much for spending your time with me today. I hope you have a wonderful day and get some crafty time in soon.